So, if you guys have seen today, Valve is currently being sued by the state of New York for their loot box mechanics in games. I've seen a lot of people talking about right now how this could affect the Counter-Strike market if New York manages to win the lawsuit. So I thought I'd make a quick video just talking about it for a little bit. So let's get into it. But just before we get started here today, I wanted to let you guys know about today's sponsor, SkinSwap. On SkinSwap, you can trade your old skins for brand new ones to instantly upgrade your inventory. And if you sign up using the link down in the description, you can get an item worth up to $50 for free on your first trade. All you need to do is log in with your Steam account, insert your trade link, and you're good to go. You can also buy Chinese market skins that are way cheaper from Western markets directly through SkinSwap without a Chinese ID, passport, or a bank account. SkinSwap also hosts daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways that you can enter just by completing some simple tasks on the site. So if you're looking to upgrade your inventory or even just cashing out some skins, head on over to SkinSwap. They have some great promotions going on right now. So thank you again to SkinSwap for sponsoring this video. Alright, to start off here, I just wanted to go over quickly what the whole lawsuit is actually about. Valve is currently in a lawsuit with the state of New York over their loot box mechanics in their games. Now, this doesn't just specifically include Counter-Strike, but it's become the main crosshair during this lawsuit just because of the popularity of it. The main argument here is that Valve is promoting and contributing to children gambling. And we've seen this argument before many times in the past, I just don't think it's been as mainstream as the whole state of New York suing Valve over it. And within this lawsuit, New York is attempting to ban loot boxes from being opened in their state. And it will also lead to a pretty big payout to the state of New York and to people who have participated and spent money on loot boxes in these games. So that's just a simple breakdown of what the lawsuit is over. Now I want to get into my opinion on what it's going to do to Counter-Strike. Now within the market currently, we haven't seen prices of skins move that much over the span of today. And I think a big reason for this is most people really aren't too worried about the market right now. We just got over one of the biggest market crashes in Counter-Strike history, and that was mainly caused by everyone panic selling all of their skins. And so far today, we haven't seen anything like that happen. And I think a big reason for that is just because of how small of an area of the market is being affected right now, because all of this is happening specifically in the state of New York. So people in other states and other countries in the world are not really too concerned about this right now. And that's to say, even if New York would win the lawsuit. And I'm no legal expert, but I've seen a lot of people supporting some good arguments on Valve's side. And one of the biggest arguments here is that Valve does not set the prices for the skins, they are all set by the community. In Counter-Strike, you're simply paying a small fee to get a random skin out of a loot box, which in my opinion is still kind of different than normal gambling, just for the main difference that you're not actually winning money, you are winning the item in the game. This item just so happens to be priced by the community as a winning price for you or a losing price. And another good argument I'm seeing in the community right now is just the blatant misinformation in the lawsuit document itself. The document claims that the game can actually bait you with a gold, basically meaning when you open a case you have a chance to land next to the gold, therefore baiting you into opening more cases and spending more money. And this claim is just completely false. Never was there a time in CS2 where you could actually open a case and see the gold icon without actually getting it, but there was a time many years ago in CSGO where you could actually open the case and see the gold roll by right when you first open it, but even then it was still significantly rarer to actually see the gold go past than actually getting the gold. And not only in the document did they claim this, they actually provided a photo of it. And it's really funny because the photo is just completely fake. It was a screenshot of a case opening where the player landed on a blue right next to a gold, but it was actually faked and taken from an on a pixel stream where he actually did pull the knife. All they did was take a screenshot right before the marker rolled over onto the gold icon, basically making it look like they landed right next to the gold. And this I just think proves a little more that there wasn't a whole lot of research done into this lawsuit before they actually filed it. Because that is just a pretty surface level fact about the game that can be easily disproven with one little Google search. The last thing I want to talk about here though is what I think the future could look like if New York manages to win the lawsuit. And again, the effects of the lawsuit are still centralized just to the state of New York, but what I've seen some people talking about is if the state of New York wins this lawsuit, that could set a chain reaction for other states in the US to try to implement the same thing. And if this manages to happen, I do see a market crash in the future, just from sheer panic alone. But do I think this is going to happen? The answer is no. Now don't get me wrong, there is still a chance for this to happen, but I do think Valve stands a pretty strong chance in this lawsuit. Not only is the state of New York submitting blatantly false information to the court, Valve has a very strong legal team, and this has been one of the main points they have covered deeply in the past. So honestly, don't go out and just start panic selling all your skins right now. I do not believe this is the end of the CS2 market. But I do think it's something everyone should be watching and keeping up with, just to be potentially ready if something did end up happening with this lawsuit that could affect the prices of skins drastically. But overall, I wouldn't really be too worried about this. Again, Valve has a very strong legal team, and to think they've never done research into this topic is crazy. They've had years to prepare for this, and they've had countless other claims pop up. So to wrap up this video, I would just keep an eye on everything. I wouldn't be too worried overall, but I will be keeping up to date with how everything goes. And if something interesting ends up happening, I will definitely be covering that in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this video. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about some Counter-Strike news that's going on, because you don't really see stuff like this with Counter-Strike popping up in the mainstream news that often. So it's a pretty interesting thing to see, and I just love keeping up to date with stuff like this. And make sure to join the Discord down below. We have tons of active giveaways going on, and I love seeing new people in there. I'm very thankful for the community that we have. So again, thank you so much for watching today's video on this, and I will be keeping up to date. Hope you guys have a good day and take care.